Good morning and welcome to Raoul's house. Yes, well, welcome back. I'm still pressing ahead with getting this bay window sorted. When I was in here yesterday, I put some PVA, a bit of loose paint up there, so I've sanded it, got all the loose stuff off, PVA'd the patches and put a bit of filler on it, so and get the window open. That's for starters. Put my mask on and get all that stuff sanded off. I'm going to have to paper this ceiling, so sanding it is going to be crucial. Get a bit of a matte finish going on it, and I'm going to give it a coat of PVA to help stabilise all these flaky bits, and then when I come to paste it, hopefully it'll all go on quite nicely. So I'll need to sand round there, and when I've got all that done, I've got the paper ceiling, we can go back to the walls again. It's a bit weird with this lockdown really, because yes, I've got more time, but it just makes it a somewhat lonely existence. Yes, I shall miss my sister and brother-in-law coming over, but they'll watch every night, so see how I'm getting on. Yeah, so I think the way I'll do this, so I've coated it in PVA, is just add a slight bit of paint to it, so I'll be able to see where I've been with it, make sure I've covered the whole lot. There's no guarantee this is going to work, but I don't see why not. If I can stabilise that paint, when I put the lining paper over, that'll pull taut anyway, and it should look baby smooth. And the same round that bit, that'll need lining paper. And those three panels there will need lining paper, and possibly the sides, well, you know, maybe these whole pillars, don't know. The rest of the walls are alright, but I think those areas definitely need lining paper on them. So right, we'll crack on with the sanding. 1 part PVA, 2 parts water. It's worth taking the time to mix it up. It does take a while till it's completely dissolved. Just keep pulling it up and stirring it up until you don't see any more lumps. That's basically it. And there was a bit of white paint in this tray as well. Just so that, you know, like I say, visually I can see it when I put it on the ceiling. Right, so I'll carry on getting this mixed up and then we'll get the roller. Tell you what, I'm glad I've got glasses on. Right, you watch this, look. And then you see where the flaky paint is as it goes dark. Yeah, I guess the idea is the PVA sort of soaks up a bit and stops it flaking anymore. But yeah, I see a couple of people recommended doing this on the ceiling before you put lining paper on it. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to give it a coat and try and avoid getting it in my hair. Wonderful stuff, PVA, but it's sort of rubbery when it dries. You don't really want that in your hair. No. There we are, in lockdown, and here I am, PVA in the ceiling. Deep joy. Mind you, my favourite joke of the week actually is pity the poor husbands who for years have been saying, yeah, I'll do that job when I've got time. You got loads of time now. And actually, I guess it's going to be very difficult for some couples because, you know, they may well have got on all right when each of them are going to work, but when they're cooped up in one house, you know, I'm not saying for every couple, but let's just say tempers may flare, especially when you've got kids to look after as well, and trying to keep them entertained, and the little ones, they just don't understand why they can't go out. Yeah, very difficult times. But I have to say, for me, apart from being a bit restricted and there's only sort of food shops open, that sort of stuff, it hasn't really made a massive amount of difference because, you know, I'm still here grafting away and doing what I can. If anything, it's been a slight advantage because it's given me that extra bit of time, you know. So anyway, we'll press on and keep PVAing this thing, and once I get to the other side, I'm sort of hopeful over the next couple of days, once I've got all this painted and any remaining sanding done, I shall put PVA, on around there. I shall do that, stabilise that, and I shall cut lining paper in sections to get that done. But I may have a go tomorrow. It depends. You know, if I've got the sanding out of the way, the sooner I get this paper up, the better. Roy did say he'd come over and show me how to do it, but I think I'm going to have to refer back to his video. And maybe that's no bad thing, you know. Watch Ralph make a complete mess of it. By the way, I've not tried it, but apparently you shouldn't put PVA on a wall that you're just going to emulsion. I can only guess why, but I would think it probably means the paint eventually just peels off because it's not getting a good adhesion. But maybe with lining paper and wallpaper paste, it's okay. Yeah. Well, we're getting coverage. I've actually probably made more than I need. It's going a long way, this stuff. But I'll get round, see these little bits around the edge, I'll get round there with it as well. And there's all COVID going in here, so I'm not too worried about that top edge. But need to get all these little flaky bits of paint, see the white bits. I'll get those with the brush. Without doubt, this is the toughest room I've had to do so far. You know, we all struggled a bit trying to get the wood chip paper off, but I suppose now I can see why they put wood chip paper over it, because basically it wants replastering. But, you know, I think I've repaired most of it. Hopefully this PVA will hold. I just need to get up around these top edges with a brush now. And try not to spill it down the walls. Not too much on my brush. But, yeah, just so I can get in on that. There's flaky bits. God, it's a terrible state, isn't it, really? Well, that's the way it is, isn't it? There we go, let that dry off. I'm in the back bedroom now. I'm about to put all these boards down permanently and basically clear out of this room. But I thought, last minute thought last night, I thought, well, just before if there's anything else I want to drop down before now the board's down, I thought, yeah, drop down a cable for a wall light, you know, because it could spur off into two downstairs. But just supply some power for one down on that wall. If I don't use it, I'll just snip it off and never connect it. But at least the cable's in, and then I can put that board back where all the pipes are. And now this, well, I'm not going to nail, I'm going to screw them all down. Actually, I bought a box of those about a week ago. Yeah, and I can put all these boards, clear all the paint out, and just empty this room. I don't need to go in here really. I'll just use it as just a place to keep tools once it's all swept out, and that'll be ready for as and when, no fault of his own, the carpet fitter can fit carpets, because until he can do that, well, would you want to live in it? Not really. It's pretty well uninhabitable really until all this is done. Right, okay, so what I've done, dropped a cable down there close to the wall. We will come under this board. I've come up there. I've built an extra hole actually. Just going to take it through, and guess where? Under the service hatch with the label on it. Yep, all light round back room. That'll be easy enough. And the cable to the spotlights in the room below this. Found that one. It's got a label on it. So that'll be back, ground, spots. Yeah, I know, strictly speaking they're called downlights, but I'll know what they are. Good enough. Well, if you remember, I was looking at this lot and managed to free that thing off. Dinky little things, aren't they? Yeah, but I couldn't strip it because I couldn't actually get any paint stripper, and plus the fact it's not really a priority job. But what I did want to do is actually get the lot going. Yeah. Yep. Tell you what, that door don't rattle or anything. That's what I love about these doors. They just fit perfectly. Whoever the carpenter was that did this, and I'm sure he's long dead. Well, God rest your soul for all the work you did here. Spot on. Didn't need to be that accurate, but that guy was a proper carpenter. No doubt about that. Well, that's the end of today's Rolls House. I'm sorry it's only me for company, but that's the way it's going to be. Yeah, there'll be no Steve Pike. Not for a while anyway. So I shall come back in the morning. We'll do a little bit more. It's just mostly dropping cables, so I think. The front bedroom now, I think I've done all the sanding that I need to do in there, and it's a little dusty in the air. I've left the window open for a minute. I'm just going to shut that very shortly, and we will leave for today. Let the dust settle. Then when I come back in the morning, we'll have a good sweep up and a good hoover in there, and see what needs doing in the way of painting. Because then I can get on to doing the skirting and hopefully do some amazing paper hanging towards the end of the week. Yeah, thumbs up. Oh look, we're in silhouette. Thumbs down. Leave a comment, and bye for now. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.